All right. True crime. It's been a minute. Also, I've never watched this channel before, so...
Karens usually think they're immune to consequences.
All right.
But what happens when these same entitled Karens get arrested? A 45-year-old woman who was arrested for domestic violence after she allegedly hit her ex-husband with a car. However, when the cop approaches to take her into custody, things go south immediately.
Ma'am, step out.
Excuse me.
Step out.
No, excuse me.
Step out.
Your hands off of me.
Step out of the car right now. You're under arrest.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
Malarkey's behavior is erratic and her tone's aggressive from the off. Her children are in the backseat of the car, but this doesn't seem to affect how she handles the encounter. And things only get worse.
Her kids are in the car? Okay, how bad does something have to get for you to hit someone with your car? I do feel like people have a disconnection, though, when they are in a car. You know what I mean? Like road rage. When I'm not doing well as a human, I can get road rage. I actually haven't had it in a long time, which is really nice. When I do, it's like you forget that it's like people and you don't really think about the fact that you're in this car. I don't know what it is. So it's not like I could ever see it going that far, but I can kind of understand the bridges that you have to cross to eventually get there.
I will tase you if you don't get out of the car.
You better take your hands off of me right now.
I told you you're under arrest.
Is she gonna get tased in front of her
You have
kids?
a warrant.
I just sent a message and I am... Excuse me.
Get out of the car right now.
No. Did somebody say that you could come into our house?
Asking the cops who gave them permission to enter the property is a common tactic in situations like this one. But for the suspects, the reality is that the police are well within their rights to enter property uninvited so long as they have a warrant. With a second officer's assistance,
Yeah, with a
Malarkey
warrant.
is removed from her car and cuffed. However, this
Which
is where
he did
things
tell her.
get even worse.
You did this.
No, I didn't do anything.
Andy asked you to get out.
Excuse me?
Andy asked you to get out of the car.
No, Andy yanked me.
I yanked you because I told you you're under arrest and you refused to exit your vehicle.
Are you gonna stand up and be cooperative?
Are you gonna understand that my attorney has filed a motion to quash this? Has filed
We're
a
going out here,
motion
this way.
to quash this.
Quash?
You do anything stupid towards
What's
us?
that word mean?
If you hit us or anything,
Oh gosh. And the kids are
I
there.
didn't hit you. I asked you out of the car. I told you you're under
The
arrest.
trauma.
Now you got a whole show for your neighbors here.
Even restrained, Malarkey's attitude does not change at all. The cop then smells alcohol on her breath, which may explain some of the
Oh.
bizarre behavior.
You are a shitty f***ing human being.
Okay, that makes way more sense.
In front of their children? What the f*** is small?
Sit down. I told you.
You piece of shit. You know what?
Oh my gosh.
Piece of dirt that I wouldn't on if you were on fire.
I smell
You
an
are
odor
the-
of alcohol on your breath.
No, that's my.
That's your.
I'm pissing on you.
Okay.
She defies the officer's orders and tries to leave the vehicle. Then
Whoa.
makes a point to single
She's
out the
so
cop who
scary.
initiated the arrest.
See your phone on you?
Get your f***ing hands off me.
We see situations like this often, where a suspect will target one member of law enforcement and use them as a scapegoat. This is typically followed by legal threats, so they're likely targeting the officer they feel they could best build the strongest case against. However, this wouldn't work all too well.
Get your f***ing hands off me.
Cool out. If you keep resisting.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
She went in for the bite? Little chomp? That's crazy.
I'm gonna charge you with putting your f***ing dirty ass hands on me.
Stop moving. Let him take off your watch.
Malarkey then goes on to make violent threats to the officers. Pay attention to how quickly she tries to change the conversation after her most extreme threat.
You know what? No. Do you know what he's done? If you
Stop kicking us.
I'm gonna kick you right in the f***ing.
That's mean. Don't do that.
That's mean. Don't do that.
What's that?
You are getting sued.
No. What'd you say before that?
Face is
You
getting
said I am dead? What do you mean by that?
You are
Elaborate on it if you mean it.
you're getting sued.
She continues making the cops' lives difficult.
She
by
took that
pretending
back
to have
real
trouble getting out
quick,
of the
didn't
car.
she?
It's clear from her movements that she's not actually trying. She blames the tape on her ankles.
Did her
and
husband
says
live?
It's the cops' fault.
Like,
She
was it
tried-
just an injury?
Put your feet down. No. Put your feet down.
No, it hurts too much. You could just take it off.
Okay, no. No, you're gonna kick it.
No, what am I? So you think I'm gonna take a 200-pound dude?
Well, you've already kicked at us a lot of times.
Why?
You're not gonna win.
Why?
You're gonna hurt us.
Why? Because that guy right there.
Targeting the one guy still? Jeez, woman.
She was charged with aggravated assault of an officer
The
and
biting.
aggravated DUI. This was her third DUI with a child passenger. Soon
Dude. That's crazy. That's insane. Wow. Just disregard. That's like sad, man. Like your life has gone super off the rails at that point, you know? For it not to be something that you've corrected after it happening once. I feel like DUIs, you would think it would be one and done, right? Hopefully. Man, that's super sad.
After this arrest, she was also charged with endangering the life or health of a child and
Yeah.
violation of a bail bond and received a
Oh.
misdemeanor charge for resisting or obstructing an officer. The suspect in our next
Yeah.
case was not so lucky. This suspect's public outburst takes place on a plane ready for takeoff. Prior to the footage, she's been asked to leave multiple times due to her refusal to wear a mask during the pandemic.
Hello.
I do not miss the days. Also, it's just funny that from now on, we'll have this reference point in history for the rest of our lives.
We're gonna take you off the aircraft.
Yep, you're gonna have to get off the aircraft,
Yeah,
okay?
and you're out there,
Yep.
and I compliment you in that way.
But she's a representative of the aircraft. They don't want you. flying on
Oh,
the
she's
plane
wasted,
today,
yeah?
So you're gonna have to get off
After
the
they made
aircraft.
us wait and wait and wait.
Yeah, that's the way it is. But right now, I'm gonna
And
need you.
that's fine, and I will respect that.
Wasted. So wasted.
And I did not do anything.
People do drink a lot at airports, I feel like, because they just feel like they're not driving for a while, I guess.
We'll talk about it outside.
Disruptive, besides speak my mind.
Okay.
And you know what? I live in America, and that's what fucking America's about.
calm down.
No, you know
Listen
that.
to me. Grab
no,
your bag.
Whoa.
you know that.
When she's asked to grab
Whoa.
her bag and leave, she says something truly weird. The suspect has a lot of strange mannerisms and seems to have very severe mood swings. Pay attention to how her
But she's
expressions
drinking a lot, right? Like, is this her sober? If it's sober, that's different. Having a psychotic break or something, yeah?
suddenly changes and how she seems to rapidly
it's
experience a wide range
very
of emotions
quick.
throughout the encounter.
No one's gonna put their hands on you.
Yeah, you
Grab your
won't.
bag and
Yeah,
step
yeah,
up
you
here.
won't.
Okay, but I need you to get up.
No, but you know what I feel my need to do as a person? Just like Jesus motherfucking Christ.
You need to calm down.
No, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna say
What are we bringing up Jesus for?
do to me, right? So I'm gonna say what I have meant to say.
Yeah.
No, to everybody.
Stand up.
Whoa, having her moment, taking her time in the spotlight.
Everybody is
You're
doing
gonna get
this.
arrested if you do not
I'm
stop.
already gonna get arrested.
You're gonna.
The police warn the suspects
Gave up. Already gave up. Admitted. She knows. I have been on a flight one time where someone had to get taken off of the plane. I just know he was being super argumentative. It was like a very small plane. I remember that. It's actually a pretty big deal, I feel like, to get pulled off of a plane, and a pretty big deal to have any sort of like charge against you related to plane stuff, because it can be like a felony super fast, you know?
Here's what's happening. They're gonna deplane the aircraft. I'm gonna take you off the
That was
plane,
already happening. Don't
and you're going to jail.
They're deplane. Oh, that's when it's a real problem. Like, have your freak out, be crazy, I guess, but get off the plane. Go be crazy off of the plane. Super inconsiderate.
Get up and walk out with me right now.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to,
Yep. That's how it's gonna work.
Do you feel that's a threatening system?
That's the way it is,
It's
man.
not cool.
Are you
I
gonna-
want to trust you. You want to trust me? That's not healing. We're not healing.
the suspect is led
Wow.
from the plane and placed under arrest. Her reaction is childlike.
Okay.
Come
with me.
I wasn't doing it.
Come with me.
Doing that.
She accuses this cop of not wearing a mask himself.
How is anyone gonna stop anything when you lie to them?
You had your chance, ma'am.
I had my chance.
I
You
asked
didn't even
you-
give me
I
a
asked
chance. I
you-
looked at you in your eyes,
asked you
and
10
I
times.
knew you were lying to me. I saw you outside before I even came in with your mask off.
Once again, we see a case where the person being arrested decides to single out a particular officer to blame for everything.
That is interesting. Do you think they try naturally to seek out who they think the weakest is, or is it the one they're having the most interaction with? Maybe it's the one they're talking to the most because they feel like it would help them because they have a story with that person, you know, that they could try to manipulate. Maybe.
The suspect refuses to cooperate with a particular cop, but says they're willing to comply with other members of law enforcement.
All right, ready to step out? Are you going to comply with everybody?
With you two, yes. Not with you, because you're a liar.
Towards the end of the arrest,
She's super drunk, right?
says things that seem to come
They
out of
haven't.
nowhere,
They haven't addressed
including the
that.
suggestion that a nurse there to check on.
And I feel like being super wasted, it does not like excuse anything, obviously, but it does explain a lot of things. So if she's being crazy, but it's like she's super drunk, you have to look at it through a totally different lens, right?
On her is attracted to the officer she has an issue with.
Here, let me get your temperature at least.
Oh, you think he's cute? Oh, yeah, I thought he was cute, too.
Shooting her shot right now? Low key? That would be a heck of a story. That's nuts.
I looked in his eyeballs, and I thought he looked into my eyeballs, and then he abused that.
Her unpredictable mood and irrational reactions continue right up until the video ends, with her saying that the fact that she can't relax is the fault of law enforcement. Seems likely that there are some psychiatric issues at play here, though. Without a professional opinion, it's hard to say for sure.
Wait, so they didn't, we don't know if she was drunk? She had to have been drunk, right? Right?